How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright 2. Where we last left off, this guy said he saw a bunch of bananas fell down with the officer. The thing is, there's no bunch of bananas, and with my superior detective skills, he saw the baseball glove, and since he saw bananas, we can surely deduct that he's nearsighted and couldn't see the glove that very well, so because its shape and its yellowness, he assumed it's a bunch of bananas. So we're gonna present this. Bam! Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? I don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Isn't that a baseball glove? Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness loves bananas, knows nothing about baseball, has bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people, yes. You know what I mean? You're like those people who blah 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 blah. In the end, glove bananas weird from afar. I don't think the boy. And that is why I asked you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Why you're not wearing your glasses today then? Well, they broke, didn't they? That's because I lost them recently, you see? Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But, you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them, how about when you witnessed the crime, were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You're an unrelenting evil man. You're like those people who... Courageous only to come... While she didn't do anything wrong, she was burned by that... Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime, and that of a defendant, cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at risk. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next, at the moment after you witnessed the crime. Witness testimony! That girl at the other path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. Why did it take so long? Wait, he said it was like after 6, right? Why did it take you 10? Wait, what? Carry on. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. Well, they need to respond that fast. It's not about having free time. It's about being prepared. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away? Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. Why did that go so fast? What the? Why is it going so fast all of a sudden? That girl on the upper path. Blah 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 blah. Press. She ran away just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? vacation? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, she ran away the instant she saw you. How could you tell it was my client? The witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit. This is true, Mr. Wright. I'm striking your question from the record. How can I get more information out of him? I keep pressing. After that, I immediately called the cop station to report the crime. Immediately? As in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did it not teach you that at your pitiful school? You think people learn about how to call the police in college? Hey, Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. You got it. So, time of death is 6:28. And he called the police at 6:45. That took some time. Did I press this? How do you know that time? How do you know what time it was? That detective told me. You know which one I mean? The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school. Hey pal, I graduated from a pretty good, top-ranked college. I don't believe this. It doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. Why did it take so long to call? He died at 6:30. And if I am wrong, then that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time. What? Why, you're just a lousy kid who... I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond? So you're saying that there were police on the scene by 7 p.m.? They got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at that time of day. Usually not that many people at that time of day. And they explained the 4 people up there. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. Okay. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. I can't find anything out of the ordinary in this testimony. Okay, so he said he called. So it took you 17 minutes. Yeah. What? Can I do this? Save. I'm pretty sure that's that. Because he's wrong about the time. It took him 17 minutes to realize the call. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There's clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? Ah! I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. No, he said immediately. 15 minutes is hardly what you would call a little dazed. Ah! Mr. Wellington. Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Telephone? Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your questions, as if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll. You must think you're really something special. Witness. I lost my cell phone. There, are you happy? You lost it. Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone? You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. It's probably this one.
What? Are you saying that first-grade people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard blah 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 blah?
Enough. Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone?
Nick, that cell phone! Could it be?
You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way! Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Question further. Always question. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my cell phone. I'll have you know. See? Here it is. Oh, I see.
Looks like he's got his phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his.
Wait, don't tell me that he got Phoenix phone. Phoenix X Wright's phone. So we He mixed up the phones. Well then, I think we cleared up this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for a phone booth. Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the witness' testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for a witness to search for a phone. How dare you? Wait a minute. Ah! I didn't see that. There's a phone booth right next. Good thing I said that thing I did. How dare you? Hell, you can't just make outrageous claims like that. You have any sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's just have this proof then. Please present the proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Wabam! I was right next to that body! It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. At the crime scene photo. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you! No! It's a phone booth. That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? No! Order! Order! Why do you object the order? What does reporting the crime a little late proof for the defense? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is suicide enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, that is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
And I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Besson to get his phone back.
But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway.
But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else.
Was he? Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those? Oh, he made him write Maggie. Yes, I have an idea. This is only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Ugh, I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Because he made him do this! Perhaps this is the evidence you need to be convinced. Perhaps? Oh, it's just an idea I thought I'd throw out. Oh, really? I suggest that perhaps you should find a better piece of evidence. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Well then. But before you do, you will be pinned. Oh, the glasses. He was looking for his glasses. Mr. Wellington?
What? Don't do that! You almost gave me a heart attack!
These are your glasses, aren't they?
Ah, where did you find?
Yeah, I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body.
Under the victim's body?
Order! Order! Wait a second! Hold on! I didn't confess or confirm anything! Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and search frantically for them. What he didn't realize what they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? Of course, that is precisely what I'm doing.
Oh! Ah!
I prefer the other tune. It's more, yeah. This one is not, I'm not feeling it. I know I'm right. He's the real murderer.
Did you figure it out, Nick?
More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now it's our chance to deep six this guy. Deep six? What does that even mean? I'll sink him in one shot.
Yeah! This is so exciting! Watching you work again!
Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It's time to think. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court.
Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear the explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why? That's easy. For example, there's the name of the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know that this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make that defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But would that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie? That is a good point. The witness didn't even know that of this Miss Bird before this trial. Ah, I forgot. Was there any way the creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? There was a way. The phone. It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Well, Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do?
What did I do?
Didn't you try to find it by calling it?
Why did you?
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with... Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Beep.
Hello?
Oh, thank you. You must have been searching for I have been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggie.
That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Eek! Order! Order! But Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. What the this? This? He's a con artist. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present to the court proof that the witness had a motive. He's a con artist. Take that! Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? The phone numbers were pulled from a memory of the phone of the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group. What? Con artist? Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage! An invasion of privacy! Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder! Maybe you should have like a pin lock on your phone or something. You're one of those people? You're just like a blah 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 blah. He's talking fast again. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you know what it's like to be confined, man, such as me? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness. Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member of the group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No, this is too much! That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. The police officer! Your Honor! What is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness! You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. Please! Please, let's think about what the content of the phone call. Repeat of this again. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Mr. Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? Because he saw the police officer, and then he panicked. That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense.
And maybe we should be thinking outside the box.
Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder, the police officer. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. But he was promised his phone, so he would have been so why would he be unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him that got him there. Well, Mr. Wright, what was that something that didn't agree with the witness? Police officer! The police officer! Fuck! Oh, yeah. Here we go. Ah, I forgot I could do this. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Dustin Prince has gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Ooh. That girl that picked up my phone. The girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible that they had already run a check on his phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying? Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. It seems the truth had come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are. Impressive. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence? Evidence!
This guy is really creeping me out.
All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hands belong to. But you can't be sure that it's mine, you simpleton. What? That's why we call my phone. It feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on your hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor! This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. This cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be... maybe. Fingerprints on the phone? That won't do, because someone else picked it up. Let's see. It can't be fingerprints on the phone, because I've been touching it. She's been touching it, so that's not definite. So the phone stored numbers? This phone has the names and numbers of those in the con group in its memory. I can show them to you, Your Honor. I don't believe this. What are you talking about? What are you trying to determine is who the phone belongs to? Who cares about what phone numbers are stored on it? Besides, who knows? Maybe you want and added some of those numbers in yourself. The witness is quite right. I'm afraid I have to reject the defense's proposal. That jerk is back to his arrogant, annoying self again. The cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. Well, I can't present. Fingerprints, I guess? I got it! We should check the 4 fingerprints! Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from the Maggie, you wiped it off!
I what?
You said there was sand all over it, so...
Wiped it? I wiped it?
Pretty thoroughly, too!
So, it's so much fun watching a third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves? It's been a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Call it! Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Who won? Oh, you are too much. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm 30 minutes again. I'm gonna keep playing until this is over. Oh my, now I remember! Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes?
Nick, we worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get scot-free!
I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Call your phone! Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where did I go wrong? I feel like I'm really close at the end, so I'm gonna keep going. It's gonna be longer than 30 minutes. Don't blame yourself that you're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? And then we look at your business card. The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant at the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day. So please, bon appetit! What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Raise an objection. Hold it! Please wait, Your Honor. Oh, great, Nick! I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything! Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? I will call that so-called. Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honor. I'm sure you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Are you fucking dumb? Were you paying attention, Mr. Bain? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. My phone number! Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Oh, nice! Now it has his. Wait, is there gonna be a trial that he's gonna be, like, the suspect? It's written in fancy script. The ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it. Wait, what am I doing? This is the time for exchanging business cards. Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is the back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back.
You wrote your cell number on the back, but
that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
Huh? Right now? But court is still in session.
It's okay. You'll see.
Okay, if you say so.
Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We are going to call my cell phone right now. And then the court will see everything from what it is.
Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... Ah!
What? Where's my phone? What's with this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. Your? Ah! No. He can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say... When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one.
Ah!
Is he choking himself? Oh, might as well kill myself. Fitting tune. Very fitting tune. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He's a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he had become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding, is Mr. Wellington's naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and being taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty! Confetti! That is all. This court is adjourned. Does this really take like an hour and a half? Man, really long. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by that you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. Oh, I get why she has feathers now. Her last name. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test that I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I never won and even tied that the game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is pretty bad. But up until I went to college, I was known as the goddess of misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. That's right. You were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and, before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh, I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death. Your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll find a whole new ocean's worth of good luck then by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name. You bet! I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks, you take care of yourself too. What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but it's just a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe, he's someone I had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also a good ally during others. The judge, whose name I don't really remember, he's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered! This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories with her. For example...
Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me and tell me you've missed me.
Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh, well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together.
Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phones were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning.
Come on, Nick, let's go get our usual burger joint.
I mean, ramen joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't been that long since she came back into my life. Are we gonna get an explanation when she came back? And that story began on a rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Oh, there we go, that's the story. I was worried that I actually started the third game or something. A brand new episode has been added. So that was episode 1, boys. Hope you guys enjoyed that a bit longer while we ended it. I'm gonna leave you guys with a high five.